Good morning, friend. Absolutely, biotechnology is confluence with a biotech's trillion-dollar nexus beyond 25 key drivers, catalysts, coverage of generative AI and machine learning. Fundamentally, there is bioconvergence, genome scale, growth of genomic new industry purely focused on biological data analysis, automation. Will advanced lab automation and robotics finally and reproducibility challenges in biological manufacturing? Therapeutic breakthroughs, CGTs, will the success of CRISPR based market for in vivo gene editing. Personalized medicine is AI enabled diagnostics and genetic mRNA revolution beyond vaccines. Can mRNA allogenic therapies of the cell therapies dramatically access GLP is and obesity? How will the soaring demand for new generations of metabolic drugs and GLP-1 reshaped industry? Broader applications, synthetic biology, synth biology, can the engineering of designer chemicals, climate and sustainability. How quickly will sustainable bio-based materials become trillion-dollar? Agriculture, biotechnology, what is the market? Editor crops and microbiome, security and climate resilience. Biomanufacturing will new decentralized biomanufacturing globally. Economic and regulatory environment, government renewed focus on national biosecurity actions. Regulatory modernization, can regulatory bodies like the process quickly enough to handle the complexity and speed? Venture capitals surge despite market volatility. Will late stage activity for companies with major pipelines continue to validate the industry's value? Talent pipeline is the US educational and professional system producing enough biotech engineers, computational, biological and regulatory experts to sustain this growth. Intellectual property, how secure is the intellectual property landscape for platform technologies like CRISPR and AI driven drug design? Drug pricing, how will ongoing political pressure over drug pricing and reimbursement policy $1 million advanced therapies? 50 sentences advised as questions. Deep dive analysis part 1, 25 questions. Is the current $1.55 trillion global biotech market on status as the next mega industry? How is the computational power of AI physically shortening the average 10 to 15-year drug development timeline, thus maximizing the return on investment ROI? Why do major pharmaceutical giants view essential M&A targets indicating a fundamental shift away from in-house R&D? Can the revolutionary success of mRNA like oncology and autoimmunity driving massive new revenue streams? Is the convergence of AI and C for sustainable food production driven by climate change? What is the ultimate economic value of creating living factories capable of biomanufacturing sustainable alternatives to petrochemicals and plastics? Do the dramatic increases in life science or both public and private sector in the US signify a long-term strategic commitment to biotech dominance? Will the rise of point of care and at-home diagnostic powered by biotech innovation fundamentally decentralize and improve the economics of healthcare delivery? Is the high efficiency and premium pricing of gen rare diseases a stable long-term business model despite the populations? How will the increasing sophistication of liquid biopsy and early cancer detection technology create a preventative healthcare market worth hundreds of billions and program biological functions? Consider the hardware that will run the software of AI, accelerate overcome geopolitical risks such as supply chain disruption disputes to maintain its global leadership. How much value the created by organ on a chip and digital and often inaccurate traditional preclinical testing model? Will the ability to engineer next generation proteins and enzymes revolutionized industrial process, creating massive efficiency beyond the farm industry? How will advancement in neuroscience focused biotech targeting Alzheimer's and Parkinson's unlock a desperately needed and potentially an enormous new therapeutic market? Is the accelerating pace of drug repurposing using in lowering initial R&D cost and increasing the speed to market for exiting validated molecules? What role will bioreactors and advanced biomanufacturing play in scaling production to meet the global demand for biologics and cell-based therapies? Does the promise of regenerate justify the massive current investment, or is it small, or is it still too nascent? Can bioinformatics and high margin SaaS industries by selling predictive? Will the shift towards preventative and predictive healthcare enabled biotech creative greater total market value than simply treating advanced disease? How significantly will the development of safer non-viral gene delivery systems, e.g. lipid nanoparticles, expand the treatable patient population for gene therapies, or the increasing partnership between big and biotech a sign that biology is truly becoming an information science? Will the use of microbiome therapeutics for gut health, immunity and mental health evolve from a niche interest into a mainstream multi-billion category? Can the US regulatory environmental maintain this? Part 2. The how, challenges and executions. 26 question to 50 questions. How will biotech firms navigate the ethical? Is the current high cost of advanced therapies often market penetration necessary for trillion-dollar status? What innovate reimbursement and payment models systems? Will the lack of a standardized to scale? How can biotech companies attract engineering and molecular biology? Is the current high clinical trial failure rate still the single biggest obstacle to sector? What mechanisms will ensure equality? Can smaller biotech startups from large pharmaceutical and technology companies entering the biology? How critical is public acceptance and overcoming skepticism, e.g. success of next generation biotech products? Will quantum computing begin to have been strong validated science and over hyped speculations? How will the industry address the challenges of data and sharing across different research institutions and scale studies? Is there a risk that an over-reliance into safe, effective and scalable clinical products will political shifts such as changes in NIS funding or tax incentives significantly alter the pace? How quickly can academic research labs in companion diagnostics and biomarker? What strategies will biotech companies employ to navigate the cliff for blockbuster biologics and pivot their pipelines to novel modalities? Will they move towards decentralized recruitment efficiency? How will the increasing use of CRISPR outside of human medicine in agriculture and materials be regulated to mitigate potential ecological risk? Can the industrial fermentation capacity? What is the long-term impact of biofoundries and platform-based models on the traditional sequential R&D structures of big pharma? Will the next generation of multi-target immunotherapies? How is the industry planning to address the potential for global investing in rapid, flexible biodefense and diagnostic platforms? Ultimately, can biotech deliver sufficient patient value and cost saving to health system to warrant $1 trillion valuation independent of government support? Please like, subscribe and comment. Another video and images is there. Next big thing after AI biotech. These are laboratory. Brain chip implant brain. Fix phone battery. Tame your cables. AI's biggest flaw. AI has limits. AI's false promises. Biotech for good. Beyond the hype. Future is biotech. Hope amidst sorrows. Science to rescue. Cleaner world now. Sustainable investments now. Profits are principles. Ethical investing guide. Nature's new code. Oh. These are animals. Evolution's next step. Life reimagined now.
When we imagine the future, our minds often leap to visions of may see a profound shift as breakthroughs in biotechnology begin to outpace and even redefine the boundaries of technological progress, and even the fabric of society itself. As we embark on a thought experiment, daily life in the year 2040, where biological intelligence and innovation have become the driving forces behind human advancement, opening new possibilities and challenges for us all. Artificial intelligence has made remarkable strides. However, AI still faces significant limitations, such as capacity for self-repair, evolution, and energy efficiency makes it a powerful engine for innovation. The convert unprecedented possibilities as machine learning accelerates the analysis of biological data and helps design new therapies and materials. This synergy is driving breakthroughs in medicine, agriculture, and environmental science, paving the way for a future where technology and biology work hand in hand to address humanity's greatest and organisms to develop innovative solutions across various sectors. Have revolutionized genetic modification, allowing precise changes to DNA for improved crops and targeted therapies. Synthetic biology enables the creation of custom organisms and materials, while personalized medicine tailors treatments to individual genetic profiles. Climate change by developing sustainable bio-based materials, improving food security through resilient crops, and advancing human health with novel diagnostics and therapies. The integration of biotechnology with other disciplines. Recent years have witnessed a remarkable surge in investment within the biotech sector, fueling the emergence of billion-dollar startups and accelerating breakthrough. The world are actively prioritizing biotech in their strategic agendas, recognizing its potential to revolutionize healthcare. The prospect of designer genetics raises questions about the boundaries of human enhancement and the risk of unintended consequences, heighten concerns over the development and proliferation of bioweapons, challenging global security forces. Balancing innovation with responsibility will be essential as society navigates the promises and perils of the biotech revolution. The biological transition is not a distant possibility. It is an inevitable individual influencing health, identity, and the very fabric of our communities. It is essential to recognize the profound implications of these changes, from ethical considerations to shifts in daily life. Now is the time to reflect on what this transition means for you and those around you. By understanding and actively engaging with the developments in biotechnology, we can help shape a future that benefits everyone. The choices we make today will determine how we navigate this transformative era.
Another images are there. Future is biotech. Biotech golden haze. Beyond AI hype. Artificial engineering hype beyond. Is biotech next? Correct. Tech news frontier. Biotech future. Dollars in $1 trillion industry. Future of biotech. Future's biggest moves. Boldly predict tomorrow. Future is coming. End kitchen's house. And last is mine. That is that is mine. Please like, subscribe and follow. Thank you once again.